Hey guys, this is a micro FPV RC car from FMS and this thing is amazing. But in this video I'm going to show you how you can hack this camera and use it for your other RC cars. Stay tuned. Hey guys, in this video I want to show you how you can use this camera system and use it on your other RC cars. Well, that sounds pretty complicated if you look at this camera system, but it really isn't. So what is this? Well, this is a micro RC car with an FPV system on it, and this is made by FMS. So recently I made a review video about this car and I really had tons of fun with me and my kids driving these little cars around. These are just a real blast to drive. But I was wondering, can we use this one onto my other RC cars? And that's pretty easy to do, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can do that. When we have a closer look at this connection system, that sounds pretty complicated, but it really isn't. But first let me show you what this FPV camera system can do. So this is a 1/64 scale micro RC car with fully proportional steering, fully proportional throttle, an awesome light system, and of course we've got the FPV camera. So to turn the FPV camera on, you've got one button over here, and of course we need to turn on the goggles. So let me show you the image quality. This is the video quality seen through the goggles, and the camera angle lens is pretty nice and you can see enough details to drive around. So here's another tiny RC car that we are going to review in the future. Here is my Lemure RC car and here's another tiny 1/32 scale RC truck. So the image quality is pretty nice, so let's dive into the how to use it on other RC cars. Now let me show you how this tiny FPV camera works. So underneath the camera you will find 4 tiny connectors as you can see and some magnets to hold it onto the car. So around this little lid you can see 4 tiny Phillips screws. Just remove those 4 and just remove those 2 so you can remove this back cover. Now we can see how this little camera works. So underneath the camera you will find 4 contacts, but we are using only 2. So what is this? This is a simple plus and a minus, and that's all to power this camera. So if you connect a 1S battery to this little camera, then you can use it onto other RC cars. For example, if you're using like a GST connector like this one, or you solder something like this onto there, and then you can straight use a 1S lipo battery to power this camera, and you can just mount it onto another RC car. But I've got some different plans for this camera. This is what I am going to use to power the camera. So this is a very simple 1S lipo battery, and this is an old print board that I salvaged from a defective drone. So I will try to find a similar one and put the link down below if I have so. So this is like a balance charger for a 1S lipo battery with a micro USB port on it, and we've got an on-off switch to power this little board on. So now I'm just going to solder some things and then I will come back to you with the result. So guys, I'm all done soldering and this is the result. What do you think of it? Well, I think that this really looks amazing. So I just used some simple hot glue to stick the small print board to the back side of the camera and the battery underneath there. And I just used some simple shrinking tube to make it look like one small package. And now it's ready to go onto an RC car and then just drive around. But before we take it outside, just let me show you how this thing works now. So let me turn on the goggles and here it is. And there is a small button behind here. When I press this for a second, then the camera will be turned on and we should have an image right now. Let me show you that in a sec. Everything is functional as you can see and I'm very pleased with the result. So there's only one thing left to do and that's take it outside for a spin. But before we do so, just look over here guys. These are all different servos because we are going to do a servo special in the future. We are going to compare these very cheapy ones against very expensive one. And that's for a different video. But now we are going to stick it onto an RC car and drive around. Let's go. So guys, that was the driving with a modified FPV camera system from FMS, and as I showed you, it is very simple to use this FPV camera onto your other RC cars. Just stick a 1S battery to it and just solder some wires, and then you are just good to go. Alright guys, that was it for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. If you got any questions or suggestions, leave a comment below and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!